All right, so we've heard from all of the experts and mavens on why tariffs are awful, beginning, of course, with Wall Street's temper tantrum yesterday, and then today we got Electrolux of Sweden. They announced that they're going to delay a $250 million investment that was planned to expand a Springfield, Tennessee plant. Then there's the European Union. They've teed up so far $3.5 billion in potential tariffs against our imports to them. And I will note that that would be about 1.2% of what we exported to the EU last year. But, you know, General Motors management, they said something interesting. They offered a statement that read in part, we need to better understand the details, but support trade policies that enable U.S. manufacturers to win and grow jobs in the United States. And speaking of supporting trade policies, again, I mentioned during the campaign, when candidate Trump promised to take tough actions, including these tariffs, I tweeted out to his voters and said, listen, are you willing to pay higher prices? Because some prices will go up if you ultimately want to fix our trade imbalances and bring American jobs and manufacturing back. The reply was a resounding yes. And it kind of reminds me of the time Americans took up that FDR offer. You remember the one, at least you might have read about it, quote, one great partnership. That was to purchase U.S. war bonds and stamps during World War II. Now, by the end of the war, 85 million Americans invested $185 billion to help win the war. So today I went back to Twitter to ask folks if they were still ready to pay more. And the answer continues to be overwhelmingly yes, including Claire. She said, I still say yes, short-term pain for long-term gain. And then there's Dell. I haven't changed my mind. I support POTUS and will pay the extra cost if needed. China can't continuously be allowed to get away with this fleecing of America. And lastly, Mark said this, I use steel and aluminum every single day in our machine shop. I would pay higher prices in order to keep steel and aluminum production here in the United States. It is a matter of national security. We don't need to rely on foreign countries for our steel that we build our war machines with. So let's talk about the patriotic American ready to make these sacrifices and bring in Beverly Hallberg, District Media Group President. Beverly, I'd say 95% of the folks who responded to me, a few thousand people, all said they were willing to pay more, understanding the transition to rebuild manufacturing and plants here, if that was the case. What do you make of that?
Well, they're going to pay more. So I'm glad that some people have said they're willing to, because that is what's going to be the case because of these tariffs. And I think we can take a look at this and say, yeah, let's support American manufacturing. But you even saw the stock market today. There's a difference between those who consume steel and those who produce steel. Those industries that consume steel, they all took a nosedive when it comes to the stock market. When you're looking at who is actually going to benefit from this in the steel producing area, it's 140,000 workers that are going to be keeping their jobs, but it's the expense of other people. So I don't think this is just about the cost. I think this is also about what does this do to the other industries who may have to lay off workers.
I'm not sure if it gets to that point. I think, honestly, I've been in Boeing stock for a long time. They're going to weather the storm. They handle the, the incremental price. Same thing with Caterpillar. But having said that, you mentioned 140,000 jobs, but there used to be 650,000 steel-making jobs in this country. There used to be 19 million manufacturing jobs. If you don't rebuild that base, then you never get those jobs back. Do we say sayonara to them forever? And also, by doing so, when do we actually do something for the heartland of this nation? What can we do for them?
This is definitely a campaign promise to the heartland. I know that this is what Trump ran on. But I think an important statistic with this is 70% of the steel that Americans use in this country is made from the United States. We are a steel producing country. And I would like to see a thorough discussion about this. I would agree we need to take a look at our trade deals. We can even take a look at tariffs, although I think that they usually have a negative impact on the country. But there was a very poor rollout to this as a whole. I think the president coming out and not having a clear legislative or communicative directive on what this means. There's a reason why the stock market reacted the way that it did. I wish we'd have a thorough discussion and not him saying this almost off the cuff in a meeting. Well,
you know what? More discussion probably would be interesting, but at some point we've got to take action as well. And I can tell you right now that you're right. People out there feel like they will step up to the plate and pay a little bit extra if it means that they can get back some of that old glory. Beverly, thanks a lot.